I think it's pretty safe for me to assume that plenty of you spectacular-ass motherfuckers out there in YouTube land are already well-versed in my big, massive role-playing game hard-on that I have for the Final Fantasy series. I mean, Squaresoft was basically knocking that shit out of the park time and again during the 16-bit and 32-bit days of gaming's yesteryear, and it's no wonder because many of those games became staples within the genre and helped make Squaresoft, now Square Enix, into a household name. Fast forward to today, and they've helped mold gamers like me and who we are today, and that love is still going strong. Now, they went out onto a stage, one of the grandest stages of them all within the industry, and announced World of Final Fantasy. Immediately eclipsed that poor game's announcement because they went and talked about the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I felt bad. This is a fun-ass game that I've been enjoying the shit out of. So much so that I'm making a video discussing it right now, because I kept getting asked what my feelings were on it, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna make like an impromptu, just whatever the hell review. But, man, the FF7 Remake, it just squashed any amount of thunder that could have hoped to decide to build up. But World of Final Fantasy, easiest way I can go and summarize this shit is they took the Final Fantasy world, and I'm talking all the Final Fantasy worlds, all the different characters and tropes and all sorts of other random shit that you would know. Oh yeah, that's Final Fantasy. And then they borrowed heavily from the likes of Pokemon and Digimon and Shin Megami Tensei and Dragon Quest Monsters and all the other shit, and they created this. Now, me and both my best friends, all three of us, we got this shit. And this is our tradition. Keep that in mind. Ever since we were kids, we've been getting the same exact RPGs, playing them, and then discussing that, taking systems over one another's houses, and just playing that up. And I like the fact that we've got these traditions. Next, we're going to be playing Pokemon Sun and Moon, we're going to be playing Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Persona 5, you fucking name it, but this is just one of many. And to me, this is one of those sleeper hit type titles because I don't think that there was any expectations, not even low expectations, just none, because everybody forgot about this shit. It wasn't even a blip on a map, it was like that bastard child everybody fucking ignored. You can go and cue some Sarah McLachlan music and apply it to this, and you'd feel bad, like, oh, that poor little bastard. I'll go and donate 60 fucking bones and pick this shit up. Which I did. Went out to the store, bought this, bought the strategy guide, and just been playing the fuck out of it. I'm 30 hours into this shit. Right now, I'm at the point where you're in the train graveyard, and you just get Cloud. So, that's where I'm at currently. But I've just been enjoying this game, man. I know that this game has put off a lot of people because it's got that chibi art style and most people are just like, fucking weeaboo, little piece of shit, you fucking faggot. Why would you even play that shit? Why don't you go suck Japan's dick, you stupid bitch? And there's people saying shit like that, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck about art styles. I don't. I could give a fat fuck less because it's just a visual aesthetic. I just want to know, is this game fun? And it is. Hell, I'd even go so far as this game's extremely entertaining because it's funny. That was one of the things that kind of caught me off guard. This game doesn't take itself serious at all. You know, sure, there is like an actual storyline going along with it, but this is presented a lot of times in a lot of ways, kind of like an anime. And again, you know, tons of fucking weeaboo chants going along everywhere, so much that's deafening. But if you get past all that shit, it's just a fun Pokemon-style game. On a console, no less. I mean, we don't even get that many turn-based games as it is on consoles. So this shit, for me, is kind of like a breath of fresh air, considering that most games nowadays that are in the role-playing game genre are all like action and shit. So this is nice. It's nice to deviate from that path and kind of go old school with it. But you take control of Lon and Rain, and guess what? They have amnesia! Yes, let's go and cue in all of the cliches that we possibly can. But they're essentially godlike characters, and they're trying to figure out, you know, why are they a part of this prophecy and all this other shit? So bit by bit, piece by piece, you're going through the world, battling against all these fucking legions of darkness and shit who are trying to go and unravel the entire world and destroy it and plunge into ever-falling darkness and shit. Well, you also meet up with a lot of Final Fantasy characters. I mean, a lot. You meet up with Edgar, you meet up with Squall, you meet up with Lightning and Snow, you meet up with Cloud and Tifa, you name it. you're meeting up with those characters, you're going through familiar worlds that are just basically like their version of that particular Final Fantasy world. And I dig that. I've been liking that a whole lot. Remix versions of plenty of the music that you already know, like you can hear it. And to me, it's like as if they remixed it to have a Kingdom Hearts style sound to it. So, and I like that. I think that sounds pretty good. As a matter of fact, visually, the game reminds me of Kingdom Hearts a whole lot. It helps that Tetsuya Nomura, or wherever the fuck you go and pronounce his last name, I butcher that shit all the time. Fuck you, at least I tried. But I know that, and he's been working with the company for a long ass time. But visually, a lot of characters, that's what it reminds me of. And the game's just, like, more often than not, I mean, I've been sitting there fucking literally laughing out loud, LOL-ing, at some of the shit that's been said. I mean, Lon is a straight up fucking meathead. Let's just get that out of the way. Lon is a fucking, like, idiot. But that's part of his charm. And then Rain, his sister, and they're twins, by the way. You switch between both of them at the same exact time, and you have them in battle, and blah, blah, blah. But she's always harping on his ass, being the sarcastic know-it-all that she is, and then him and Tama are just saying the goofiest shit that there is, and I like that. Like, I like that a whole lot because it's funny. Like, it really is presented a lot like an anime. And that's fine with me. When you're running around, you're always trying to, gotta catch 'em all, mirages? Yeah, they call the monsters in this game mirages. So, you're going and trying to capture, like, a little fucking baby Ifrit and a baby behemoth and shit, and then you get to evolve it over time, and some of these monsters that you go and capture, but you know, you'll see, you know, some of the bombs out there, not a bomb, but an actual bomb, and that shit will go and evolve into different types, and they've got all these different moves and shit, because they level up, so instead of it just being like, oh, you have to pick between these skills and all the other shit, they have what I can only best describe as like a sphere grid from Final Fantasy X. So they get all the AP and you spend that AP on these skills and you just give them all sorts of other shit and then they evolve into things. Now, your characters, they switch between the little chibi mode, which everybody in the world is like a little chibi character with the exception of like a select handful. But you switch between that, making you a size medium into a size large, or grande if you go to fucking Starbucks and you're a basic bitch, but you switch between those sizes. Now, this actually matters. Stick with me here. I'm gonna describe this as best as I possibly can, and if I don't, then fucking search that shit. I don't know what to fucking tell you. So, you've got what's called stacks. You can roll into battle with 6 characters deep. Keep in mind, that's also Lon and Rain. But you also get to have 2 monsters for each of them that they get to have in their little collective circle jerk group, whatever the fuck you want to go and call it. So if you're stacked together, you're way stronger, you have like way more HP and way more defense and all the other shit. You still retain all the same exact moves, but you only get 2 turns. Now, if all your shit's like leveled up to like fucking like deity levels where you're like level 80 plus, then you can unstack, get way more moves, but it's only the moves that that individual Mirage will have. And Lon and Rain, the only time that they get moves, because it's not like you give them any kind of equipment or anything like that, or they learn moves as they progress. You have to go and give them these jewels, and the jewels themselves are kind of like, you know, it's like, oh man, you'll have more defense, oh, you'll go and have like Kiraga and shit like that. So you get these while you're running about, you find them in treasure chests, or you can go and buy them from the Chocobo chick, the one that's real high pitched, and she's fucking like way too happy and coked up anytime that she sees you. She's like, I have a Choco day now! And it's like, bitch, stop. Calm the fuck down. And I'm sure there's gonna be people out there who are just like, oh my gosh, she's fucking amazing. Stop. Just fucking stop. Stop that shit. Stop. But again, I've enjoyed this game. Like, you have, and one of the best things is when you start off this game, God herself, yes, herself, God herself shows up and is like, hey, I'm God. You got a prophecy that you have to fulfill, so go out there and fulfill it, because there's like bad shit that's gonna happen. Also, I'm not intervening because I don't give enough of a fuck to go and do that. You just do your thing, but I'm God. So, I'm God. I'm pretty fucking hot, too, by the way. So, 10 out of 10. Would bang. Peace! And then that's it. So then you're left to your own devices, and Tama explains, well, you know, you can die, but I'm going to explain to you that when you die, you technically will just show up somewhere else instead of having to go and reload your game. So I'm explaining how you don't die, which is part of the mechanics of the game, and we're now integrating that into the story. I like when shit does that. And this game's all about breaking the fourth wall and just being silly. I enjoy all that. And there's an underlying, like, serious story with this. It's just that it's wrapped up in a lot of goofy, no fucks given, just funny story sequences. And the amount of side shit that they have, like, if you go in... Okay, there's a section that you can go to, the girl with no name or the chick with no name, I don't know, that one chick that my friend Sean has a major fucking hard on for, which, by the way, Sean, if you're fucking watching this, calm down. You fucking calm down, goddammit. Anyhow, so if you go to her, you're able to go and get all these Final Fantasy heroes as summons. I just want to point out that you can summon Sephiroth. Okay? Sephiroth. Look right there. That's Sephiroth. The little blocky fucking Sephiroth stabbing Aerith. Because that shit was amazing and I was not passing up on that. But you can get Sephiroth to summon Meteor, and this shit blows my mind. And it's like a cinematic scene, and it's little chibi Sephiroth, and he still looks menacing as fuck. So I see this shit, I'm like, are you fucking serious? And Sephiroth summons Meteor, and he's a one-winged angel flying around. How he doesn't fly in circles, having only one wing, no clue. I'm not gonna go and try to figure it out, but Sephiroth, he'll do what he wants. So he summons Meteor, and this shit comes crashing down. Absolutely cataclysmic amounts of destruction. I mean, we are seeing everything on screen just go up in mile-high flames. Hits one character. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Are you serious? You've got to be... How did that hit one character? So, you can go and summon him. You can summon Squall and Cloud and Tifa and all those sorts of other shit. By the way, Tifa is dolled up in the same exact way that she was whenever you go back into town as Zack and shit, and you see her, like, and she's just a tour guide. That's how she's dressed up. That shit's just, and then she's, like, in a little chibi mode, and then there's, like, this side quest where she totally gets stabbed by Tonberry, and then bonked on the fucking head, and then she just goes and takes a nap because she's terrorizing everything at the Coliseum. I'm just like, this shit's just too fucking goofy and silly for its own good, but that's why I like it. Oh, gaming takes itself so fucking serious. You have no idea. Everything is so fucking serious. In this game, this shit ain't serious. This shit ain't serious at all. Dude, you're able to go and get one of the gears from Xenogears in this. Do you realize how fucking awesome that is? And this has post-game shit in it, so you get to still keep playing the game. I like that. I like that shit a lot. Einhander, my all-time favorite shooter. Okay, I love shoot 'em ups. You know, Thunder Force 4, Einhander, like, those are good-ass games. The fucking Gradia series, yes. Ikaruga or Ikaruga, whatever the fuck you want to go and call it, again, yes. Like, these are all good things, but Einhander, that for me sits at the top. I'm like, no, that's my shit right there. Yeah, well, you can get that ship. Was not expecting this ship. And apparently they're bringing in Sora from Kingdom Hearts later on as, like, DLC. I'm just like, I need all these things. I can't even imagine what other shit they're going to be bringing in. Give me some Brave Fencer Musashi or Aya Bree from fucking Parasite Eve. Got the poster for that game sitting right there, by the way. I need all this shit. Give me characters from Final Fantasy X. I don't even give a fuck. Just give me anything. Give me anything and make it, like, just better. And the silly-ass fucking side stories, give me more of that. The fact that they have so much voice acting in it, I'm just like, this is fucking great. And they had the voice actor from Hellsing being absolutely 100% bombarded and harassed and annoyed to death by Vivi. Okay, Vivi is fucking adorable as shit. But then you hear, like, I keep on hearing Alucard from Hellsing. I hear his voice, and then he's just like, he's so fucking adorable and cute, and he's amazing! And I'm just like, this shit is just, it's too over the top, man. Too fucking over the top. But I enjoy the game. The fact that there's a fast forward option in turn-based combat, why can't they have that more shit? Bravely Default does that. Do it in this. And most of the time I'm relegated to using emulation for something like that, but they do it in this game. Fucking love it. You have no idea. This has got me through grinding like nobody's fucking business, so I don't feel like I'm wasting nearly as much time. But this is just a fun-ass game. I don't know how else to really say it. If this sounds like it's your bag, if you can get over the fucking graphics and the fact that this isn't like a super serious type game, if you want to see characters from all sorts of Final Fantasies show up in this, this might be your bag. If you're into Pokemon style games, then yeah. If you hate the fucking weeaboo anime style fucking JRPGs, this is like AIDS on a stick, wiggling at you. Avoid it at all costs. Limbo the fuck out of the way and get away from it, because you will fucking hate this shit. Trust me, you will not fucking like it. But for somebody like me, I like Final Fantasy games. I like Pokemon, Digimon, all the other fucking shit. And this game is all of that. And it's a high quality ass game. They got it on PS4, on Vita. So I don't know if they're ever bringing it on fucking Xbone or on PC or anything. Hopefully they are. Fingers fucking crossed, balls crossed, and all the other shit. But either way, I'm enjoying it a whole lot. Once I'm done doing this, I'm going to edit this shit together, toss it online, and you know what I'm going to do with the rest of my time? Play this fucking game. Eventually I need to do a live stream of it. By the way, if you have not followed me on Twitch, you should, because I stream sometimes whenever I get the chance. I swear I'm going to have an actual schedule for this shit at some point. And I know this isn't like the world's most professional review. I could give a fat fucking titty less whether or not this is actually professional. Which, by the way, there might be a certain somebody who's writing up reviews and is in the midst of creating a format for them. So maybe you should just expect us in the near future.